Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the Lifestyle Sports. It's AI from the 210. We have a lot to discuss today. The NBA playoffs have kicked off. They're finally here. Now we got to get into these different series. We're going to get to the end. We're going to see who's going to make the finals and who's going to win the championship. In the first round in the Western Conference, and we go to Utah versus the Warriors. I have Utah in 6. Steph Curry's been playing out of his mind. Arguably the NBA MVP. Arguably. But Utah just has a deeper team. And I just feel like this season they played real well together. Of course, they have Gobert holding it down on the defensive end. He may be Defensive Player of the Year. I just feel like Donovan Mitchell is coming alive as well, a great player. I just feel like Utah, when it comes down to it in the series, when they gotta win 4 games, I just feel like Utah will be able to get that 4. Utah in 6. Then we have Lakers versus the Suns. That's gonna be fun to see. It's gonna be fun to see Chris Paul and Devin Booker go against Braun and Anthony Davis. That's gonna be nice to see. I'm happy the Suns made the playoffs. I'm happy for Monty Williams. He may be Coach of the Year. He's done a good job. I like the Suns team. Next year, I expect them to be better. But it's the Lakers' time right now. Lakers in 5. Braun just hit the game winner. The Lakers in 5. Then we go to Dallas versus the Clippers. Clippers in 6. Kawhi Leonard. That's an amazing player still. You can't knock him. There's a lot of load management, of course, but you can't knock him when it's time to show up. I feel like he'll be there. Paul George, he has his ups and downs during the season, but you can't knock his talent as well. Ty Lue, championship coach. I just don't see Dallas getting over that. Clippers in 6. I got to shout out Luka, though. Luka's been balling this season. Phenomenal player. Just won't be enough. Clippers in 6. Then we got Denver versus Portland. I believe this is going to be the most competitive series in the first round. I wish Murray was playing. If Murray would have been playing, it would have been that much better. I have to go Blazers in 7 for that fact. I know Jokic is amazing. And Jokic may be the MVP. I actually see him getting it. He's the one who played the most games this season. I think Jokic will go ahead and get that MVP. But playoff time against the Blazers, when it's Dame time, y'all know when it's Dame time. When it's Dame time. And CJ McCollum is great as well, but I just feel like it's Blazers in 7. When it comes to the Eastern Conference, it's going to be the Sixers versus the Wizards in the first round. I got to go Sixers. Gentleman sweep. Sixers in 5. Joel Embiid. I feel like he would have been MVP if he hadn't got hurt. The Sixers still kept it together. They have a nice team. Ben Simmons. Seth Curry. Can't knock them. Doc Rivers is an excellent coach. Championship coach. I just feel like the Wizards, they worked hard in the play and they got into the playoffs. I'm proud. Russell Westbrook broke the record this year. Most triple doubles. Phenomenal player. Great player, but it just won't be enough for the Sixers. Gentleman sweep. Sixers in 5. Then we got the Nets versus Boston. Boston this year to me has underachieved. Brad Stevens is a great coach. Got to give credit to Brad Stevens. They got into the playoffs. They have Tatum, Jaylen Brown. But, the Nets, that's just a great team. KD, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden. I don't see Boston stopping them. Another gentleman sweep. Nets in 5. Then we got the Bucks versus the Heat. I think that could be a great series. I think that's going to be real good. I feel like a lot of people should want to tune into that to see some good basketball. Giannis is still on top of his game. Still MVP caliber player. The Heat have a nice team. I love Bam, Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero. They play the way they play. Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. They got that dog and a great team. But Giannis, I just feel like Giannis is still in MVP form. It's going to be too much in the end. Bucks and 6. Bucks and 6. Then we got the Knicks versus the Hawks. The New York Knicks have made the playoffs. I'm happy to see it happen. It's always good for basketball when New York is in the mix. It's good for basketball to see the Knicks and the Hawks. Shout out ATL. I like that young team. I like Trae Young. I like what they're doing over there. They're building it up. But the Knicks have great defense. Thibodeau arguably could be considered one of the Coach of the Year candidates. He is one of the Coach of the Year candidates. He's done great in New York. Julius Randle has come alive. He finally got his chance to show what he can do, showcase his abilities, and it's paying off for Julius Randle. Knicks and 6. And then we go to the second round. When we get to the second round, we got Utah versus the Clippers. I have Clippers in 6. Utah's a great team. They were the number 1 team. But the Clippers, with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, I just don't see Ty Lue with the, coaching. I just don't see them losing to Utah. Utah's great. I just feel like they're missing something. And the Clippers, they just going to go ahead and get this. Clippers in 6. Then we got the Lakers versus the Blazers. I like that series. That's gonna be fun. See Dame go at it with Braun. But I just feel like Anthony Davis, LeBron James is gonna be too much for the Blazers. They don't have the personnel to knock off the Lakers just yet. Not this year. The Lakers are still rolling. Lakers in 6. Then we have in the Eastern Conference, we have the Sixers versus the Knicks. It's gonna be fun to see. But the Sixers are going to be too much for the Knicks. Joel Embiid, I feel like he's going to go ahead, lead the Sixers. Him and Ben Simmons going to take this. I love the Knicks team. Y'all did great this year. But I feel like when it comes to this part of the season, the Sixers will go ahead and advance. Sixers in 6. Then we got the Bucks versus the Nets. To me, that's going to be the best series in the second round. In my opinion, I have Nets in 7. Too much star power. KD, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. I don't see the Bucks stopping them. Nets in 7. Then when we get to the conference finals, the Lakers versus the Clippers, what everybody wanted to see last year. That's going to be a great matchup. I feel like the Lakers are going to be too much. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, just going to overpower the Clippers. The Clippers don't have the same depth to me as last year. They're a great team. But last year, if they were going to do something big, last year would have been the year. But the Lakers, I see them still rolling through. A little tough, but the Lakers will get it in 6. Lakers in 6. Then we have the Nets versus the Sixers. That's going to be a compelling matchup as well. That's going to be great to see. Nets in 6. Nets in 6. Joel Embiid is great, but too much star power on the Nets. Yet again, it's not gonna be enough. Nice team, Sixers. Nets are going to the finals. And then what we all been waiting for this season, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Lakers versus the Nets. This is can't wait to see the ratings for this. This is gonna be a great finals matchup. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, James Harden. That's box office. That's gonna be great basketball. I feel like when it comes down to it, the Lakers are gonna go ahead and pull this out again in 7 games. Of course, it's not gonna be an easy defeat, but I feel like in 7 games, LeBron James knows what's at stake. He'll go ahead and bring this home. 5 championships for the King. 5 finals MVPs. We get to keep watching to see if history is going to be made, if he can catch Jordan. I feel like this is what we're going to see in the finals. This is my prediction. But I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. This was the first episode of the Lifestyle Sports. Follow on IG, Allen Iverson, and also the Lifestyle Sports on IG. Thank you for tuning in again. Subscribe, like. Till next time.